Acha, any questions, please? Yes.
Hazur, Assalamu alaikum. Please allow me to speak in Urdu.
Why do you speak English well? Why not English?
Because the question I have already written, and that is in Urdu.
Try to make it, translate it.
I can translate later. हजूर जमात अहमदिया की तरफ से हर साल सीरतुन नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम और पेशवान मज़हब पर हिंदुस्तान में जलसे हुआ करते थे, जिसमें गैर जमात मुसलमान और गैर मुस्लिम अहबाब कसरत से शिरकत फरमाते थे। मुझे इल्म नहीं कि अब भी इंडिया में इस किस्म के जलसे नहीं। इस डायरी में जो कि खुदामुल अहमदिया लंदन की तरफ से इस साल छपी है, जमात अहमदिया यूके के जलसों की तारीखें छपी हैं। इनमें पेशवान मज़ाहब के जलसे का जिक्र नहीं, सिर्फ सीरतुन नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के जलसा का जिक्र है। अगर ऐसे जलसे मखलूक खुदा की भलाई के लिए और तबलीगी लिहाज से मुस्तफीद हैं, तो हजूर फरमावें कि क्या उनका इजरा सारी दुनिया के लिए किया जा सकता है?
Your questions are always well prepared, eh?
Not always.
Generally, most often.
There are 3 half and 3 full white stripes on the Khudamul Ahmadiyya flag. What do they represent? 3 half on the right hand side and 3 full lines, white stripes.
I don't know exactly the significance.
You have been the Sadr of Khudamul Ahmadiyya.
Yes. And while I was Sadr, even then I didn't know the significance. I admit it.
Secondly, there is a request to you. You have written in past many poems. Could we have the privilege to listen one of those poems in this session, please?
Which poems?
Any other poem other than the Jalsa Salama poem.
Well, I'll see to it. I will see.
Please.
I don't rule it out, but I don't promise either. Anyone else? We are missing Choy Rashida Masala. No, Dr. Maqsood, please.
फिनलैंड में वक्फ आज़ी के दौरान हेलसिंकी में तातार मुस्लिम लीडर मिस्टर अब्दुल्ला से मुझे मिलने का बात हुआ। उसको अहमदियत से बड़ी पुरखाश है। जब उसको ये पता चला कि मैं अहमदियत का नुमाइंदा हूँ, तो उसने मुझसे ये सवाल किया कि आप नॉर्वे में कब से काम कर रहे हैं। मैंने उसको ये जवाब दिया कि हमारा मिशन 1956 से है। दूसरा उसका सवाल ये था कि आप लोगों ने कितने लोगों को कन्वर्ट किया है। मैंने कहा इस वक्त तो सिर्फ एक है। कहने लगा कि 30 साल के अरसा में अगर आप लोग एक ही आदमी को कन्वर्ट कर सके हैं, तो इसका मतलब ये है कि तुम लोग हक पर नहीं हो। और उसने मेरी कोई बात सुनने से इनकार कर दिया। Question is that how can we can satisfy such type of people?
You can't not love it unless you preach effectively. You can't satisfy them. You can't take him from Norway to some other country, for example, Nigeria instead, because they both begin with an N. The simple reason is, if somebody asks you about Norway, you should have to answer him regarding Norway. And this is exactly the state of affairs there. Unless you preach more seriously, and all the Ahmadis are involved, and you have larger conversion, you can't say that you can effectively defend your position. Please, go ahead.
दूसरा सवाल ये है मेरा कि हमें एक कॉलेज ने इनवाइट किया, दुनिया के प्रोफेसर ने इनवाइट किया कि हमारी क्लास में आना पाकिस्तान। हम लोग वहाँ गए। उस दिन वो लेक्चरर जो था वो बीमार था, इसलिए प्रोफेसर जो है वहाँ के प्रिंसिपल वो हमारे साथ क्लास में गए, और क्लास का ख़त्म होने के बाद मैंने उसको इस्लाम के मुतालिक कुतुब हासिल किए। तो उसने ये कहकर कुतुब लेने से इनकार कर दिया कि तुम तकलीफ़ी ग्रुप से हो। हमारी दिलचस्पी उस इस्लाम से है जो इराक़ में हो रहा है या जो ईरान में हो रहा है। उस वक़्त फ़लस्तीनियों को शाम वाले मार रहे हैं, और वो उसका ये था कि हमारे लिए वो दिलचस्पी का बायस है। तो ये इस किस्म के जो
Why do you take interest in such a man? Who doesn't take interest in you? You have a wide world open to you. Why do you go to such people who always reject you? You have to be choosy yourself. Instead of believing that you give the choice to them, why don't you make your choice? If you are a farmer, your family is a Jat family, I know. If you have plenty of land available to you, and you have not means enough to cultivate all the land possessed by you, which one will you choose first? The color patches or the most fertile one? Tell me. If you have 100,000 acres of land, and you can only cultivate 10 acres of land, would you choose the worst of the available land or the best of the available land? So why choose the best land? Do you mean to say that the entire Norway and the entire Finland are not ready to listen to your message? If that is the inference, I can't agree with you, unfortunately. There are hundreds of thousands of people in both these countries. If properly approached, they would offer you sympathetic ears, or by working on them for a while, you can make them really truly interested. So that is my advice to you. Search for your land and be choosy about it. Don't waste your time.
Well, we have got number of success in this respect, but unfortunately that man, he has written
Obviously he's a political man. Why are you insisting on my telling you something about him? His answer tells me that he is a political man. His interest in Islam is entirely political. So you are going to the wrong man. Leave him alone.
Science discourages marriages between first cousins, yet Islam allows it. Is this a contradiction?
Discourages you mean?
No, science. Biological. Yes.
Which science?
Well, I've heard it said many times from various sources. I'm a layman, so I'm not a medical person, but genetically they say
too many marriages in one family sometimes create problems and also produce some good results. Inbreeding always results in these problems as well as advantages. The good points of our family genes are multiplied and they continue to add to each other.